We're speaking with Juan+Williams, nationally known, well, formerly of NPR and Fox News contributor, here at the School+Choice Week. Mr. Williams, I was speaking with Michael Medved a few minutes ago, and one of the questions came up was that...
Did you really speak with Michael?
Yes, I did, and I have proof. I have proof of that, video proof, believe it or not, and photographic proof. But Michael was saying that it's sort of a shame that we put so much emphasis on college. Do you agree with that?
No, I think college is so important. Now, I think that if I'm just trying to understand what Michael's saying, not everybody's cut out to go to college.
Right.
And so what you have to do is look in terms of maybe this person is better positioned for a vocational education, maybe this person is better positioned to go into the military. You have to look at the young person, at their talents and skill sets. And oftentimes in the U.S., what we're doing is we're forcing people who do not have evidence of academic inclination into an academic structure. And what it has done is then we call it credentialing. Suddenly, oh, really, it's about having a college credential more so than about the education that the credential should symbolize and signify that you have achieved this level of academic performance. And so we have seen in this country the growth of the online degree mill industry, which I think is very suspect.
Right, I agree.
We've seen tremendous growth in terms of community colleges that are trying, I think, now to do some of the remediation for kids who really graduate from high school without the skill set necessary to go to college.
And corporations are even finding that. They're finding that they have to send some of their, their new employees to remedial education.
Correct, because they can't read and write in an effective way that would allow them to be productive employees. Now, how crazy is that? What does that say about the quality of our elementary and secondary education in the country?
Right.
But if you're asking me, what are my dreams for my child? I want my child to have a college degree. That would be my desire. But am I also sensitive to the idea that, you know what, if I watch my child grow and realize my child is not academically oriented, my child wants to fix cars, well then why is it that anyone would judge my child to be inferior or inadequate because he or she doesn't have a college degree?
Right.
It should be that in this country you can say this is what the child wants to do. It's where their spirit, their inclination is taking them, and we are going to, in order to make them a useful, productive citizen, help them to be who they want to be. We're not going to somehow impose this social structure that says, yes, and social status adheres to college degree, and as your parent you must go to college. No, we want you to be successful. We do want you to be a productive citizen of our republic, and in order to do that, we're going to find a school that works for you. And I think that brings us back to school choice week in a big way.
Right.
Because I do believe this, parents love their kids, want the best for their kids. Let the parent decide. Let the parent find out what's working and not working, not just react to some social status deal about you should graduate from this school to get this college degree, to have this credentialing going on. No, I think that's the wrong path.
Some static measure.
Yeah, no. But again, to repeat, if you're asking me what I want for my children, I want them to achieve academically, to become critical thinkers, to get a college education.
Well, one of the things I've noted was that too many jobs are expecting certain college degrees, even at the entry-level position, which I think is probably problematic, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, well, what's happening is it's become, as we were just discussing, a credential. So it's a way for the employer to filter out people as opposed to trying to acknowledge, well, wait a second, what does it take to do this job?
Right.
And does this person actually have the capacity, the intelligence, the energy, the motivation to fulfill that role? So it's, people think, oh, well, it's a good thing, absolutely, but in fact, oftentimes it becomes a barrier to people who have the talent, the energy, the inclination to do the job, but they're told, well, you don't have the appropriate degree. And what's the consequence of this if you project it forward is people who have college degrees find that their degrees are now
worth less.
Worth less.
Yeah, right.
And now they're saying, you don't just have to have a college degree. Now we're looking for people who have the graduate degree, because that's another filtering mechanism.
Right, exactly.
Because people are finding that the college degree is not necessarily indicative of your academic ability.
If everyone's special, no one's special.
Well, there you go.
Well, we want to thank Juan+Williams for spending a few minutes with us talking about school choice.
Wait a minute. Did you really talk to Juan Williams?
Well, I'm going to put this in my computer later and see if I did or not.
Well, it could be. It could be. Unless he's an imposter.
That could be, too.
That could be.
I've met a few imposters in my
So
time. A Sarah Palin one, for instance.
Did you really? Oh, yeah, I've met her.
Yeah,
I met her in Texas.
Yeah,
I met
yeah.
her.
I saw her at CPAC.
It was a conservative convention I saw her at. Yeah. In fact, I thought she was so terrific. I thought it was just that I thought she looked like Sarah Palin. Then she told me, no, she actually works as a Sarah Palin impersonator.
I've also met that, I think his name is Reggie Bush, the fellow that does Obama.
I've never met him.
Yeah. He's a fun guy.
No, I've met the guy that does President Bush.
Mm-hmm.
I never met the Obama guy. There's somebody else that is an impersonator that I've met. I'm trying to remember.
Well, I've met the Juan Williams impersonator, apparently. We want to thank Juan Williams for being with us.
My pleasure.
Thank you, sir.